Alright, what is up guys? VV back with another video. And today we're going to be looking at a pretty cool matchup here from the One Piece tournament, or the main One Piece site, One Piece TCG game site. It's going to be a matchup between Queen and Zoro from the OP-04 meta. So let's go ahead and hop straight into it. And I'm going to put it on 2x speed like I always do for these, so that we can just kind of zip through and talk about it. So while they're getting all started, let's fast forward. Okay, so it starts off with Zoro. He's going to start with Nami. So for those who don't know, I'm actually going to pause real quick and tell everybody what Queen the leader does. Okay, just going to pull this over here. So Queen has 5,000 power, 4 life. Dawn ×1 when attacking. If the total number of cards in your life and hand is 4 or less, draw 1 card. Okay, that is just period, right? Like, that is addition. So if you have 3 cards in your life and 1 card in your hand, or vice versa, 3 cards in your, I don't remember which way I said it, whatever way it is, if it's 4 or less altogether, then you can draw a card. Additionally, if you have a character with a cost of 8 or more in play, right, you may place up to 1 card from the top of your deck on top of your life instead of drawing the card. So let's just say, you know, an ideal situation late in the game for Queen, typically speaking, is going to be where you have 1 life left, and that's where you want to stabilize. So you're going to have your 1 life left and probably 3 to 4 cards in hand, right? Well, I guess technically 5, right? So you can play a card for the turn and then activate Queen's ability. And you'll see the whole engine that it's built around, because you need the 8 cost character in play, right? So we're going to see the Yamatos, the 9 cost Yamato from OP-04, the 9 cost Mihawks, and things like that in a list like this. So that way they can stabilize while gaining life and doing all kinds of shenanigans like that. So, okay, so let's keep that in mind as we are watching this game. All right, I don't know why I did that. Paused on us. All right, let me make sure the quality's high enough as well. 1080. Okay, good deal. Okay, so he grabs a 2K counter Sanji off the Nami search for Zoro. And 2 Dawn and Pass for Queen. Zoro goes up to 3. He has a hand full of all kinds of stuff. Okay, swings for 7 at leader. Gets Boa Hancock. So that is... Okay, nice. They showed on the side here. I'm going to pause real quick. This is a 3 cost 1,000 power, 1,000 counter blocker that has trigger. Play this card. That's literally all it has, and that's perfect for what this deck is trying to do. Okay, because just like with the black-yellow Charlotte Linland deck, you're going to be going through more triggers than other decks with a deck like this, generally speaking, if you can get the engine going. Okay, so the Zoro player follows up with a buggy play and grabs a Diablo Jambe. Okay, very powerful. Potentially very powerful late game card there. Alright, and then follows up with the 3 cost Doflamingo, alt art, of course. Very cool. He's going to look at his top 5, and let's see if they zoom in. He's got a Katakuri in hand, by the way. That's another great card for to turn on Queen's ability. I'm pretty interested in playing Queen when OP-04 comes out. I think when I get completely burned out on playing Rebecca for like the first month straight, I'll probably mess around with Queen and maybe a few other things. But we'll see. Okay, so he arranged the Queen player arranged the cards, passes back to Zoro. Zoro top decks a Radical Beam, it looks like. And he doesn't really have a hand full of gas. I'll pause real quick. Looks like he's got a Fiery Doll, Makino, Magra, Sanji, just a 2K counter, Gordon, the one that reduces power by 3,000, Diablo Jambe, and Radical Beam. So really not a whole lot, but we know how Zoro works, right? He just buffs up all these little tiny characters and just goes big, or goes wide. Okay. So let's see what happens. Swing 7. Oh, that's always an efficient attack against a 5K leader. And what did he draw? Is that the 9 cost Yamato? I can't really tell from this angle. We'll see in a minute, I guess. Okay, plays Magra to buff his buggy, and just the Queen player chump blocks with the Boa Hancock. Okay. And he is going to play Makino, filling up the board, really, and sending Nami in sideways. Counters out with a 2K Beige. Really cool card coming out soon. You know, OP-04, of course. Okay, so it looks like the queen's going to do something finally here. We got some, he has a ranged attack, so he can attack Buggy. He's not, you know, it's not a slash. Okay, turns Doflamingo in sideways to take out Makino, and plays a 3-cost Pound and a 3-cost Boa Hancock. Okay, pausing real quick. So this is a 3-cost, 3,000 power, 1,000 counter blocker that is coming out in OP-04. That I'm going to put it on the screen so y'all can see what he does. He is really strong because he can push a 3-cost or lower. Oh, let me blow it up first. There we go. He can, okay, so on KO, right? So he's a blocker. It's going to be easy for him to get KO'd, right? On KO, add up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less to the top or bottom of your opponent's life cards. So yes, it is giving your opponent some life, but that's also not the worst thing for what you're trying to do in this deck. You're trying to stabilize with these big bodies and win like that. Okay, so he's got 3 blockers down, right? One is sideways in Doflamingo, but he's got 2 blockers standing, and one, when he gets KO'd, is going to push a card to the life. So Zoro's got a lot to think about here. Because, okay, so he's going to load up a Dawn, of course. Absolutely load up a Dawn on Zoro to buff all of his characters by 1,000. Okay, he's going to swing 5 with Magra. And he's going to counter out with, okay, that's an Alt Art Sanji. The 4-cost right here that he just trashed. That was not a Yamato. Or, wait, oh, he still has the card in his hand that I thought was, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's a 4-cost Alt Art Sanji. The new one coming out in OP-04. Another good card. Let's bring that up real quick, just so everyone can see what I'm talking about, who does not already know. It is this Sanji I've raved about before in previous videos. Whoops. Just a 4-cost 5k blocker, 1,000 counter and trigger. Trash a card from your hand to play the card. So just kind of just good at all times, right? Okay, loads up Nami, swing 5. Yeah, this is the best way to do it, right? This is what Zoro does best. Just match whatever their life is and make them counter out every time or start losing life. He does a 2k counter out with Beige. He's going to block with okay, so he blocked with Pound and bottom decked the Zoro. Or bottom lifed the Zoro. So this is oh, did he top deck a Sogi King? I think he top decked a Sogi King. And, okay, swing 5 at Nami, just start clearing up the board. And remember, Queen wants to reduce their hand size and their life to a manageable amount so that they can start generating value and value and value. Oh, nice. Played Katakuri, 8 cost, bounced the Sanji, has full board control now, 2 life up, and a blocker. Only 3 cards in hand, but when you start taking life now, you can start generating your leader's ability, the value from the leader ability. I would say that currently the Queen player is in total control, just absolute control of this game. But we'll see, there's still a lot of game left, and there's going to be 7 cards that the Zoro player draws from taking life. Okay, looks like he did was it a Fiery Doll into, what was that? I'm sorry, I missed it, guys. Fire Fist. Yeah, trashing the Fiery Doll. Pretty sure that's what that was. Let me see it. Was that like a alt art or something? No, okay, I see. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, coming in for 9, and he absolutely wants to take it. Oh, wow. So that was an ideal situation, right? Where you get a trigger that makes you trash a card from hand so that you can definitely use the Queen's ability, right? So the Zoro swings in for 9. He says, okay, I'm going to take it anyway because he can't even, I don't think he could block out of it. And on top of that, the card was a Sanji that we just looked at, the blocker. It's coming into play. You trash a card from hand, and now you can definitely use Queen's ability next turn. Okay, and he has an 8 cost in play. This is a very good situation for the Queen player. Okay, so 1 card in life. Oh, wow. Okay, so that was the 9 cost Yamato. 9 cost Yamato. Let me go ahead and bring that over for everyone to read, because this is a card you're going to need to know what it does. And it has a KO effect on it, which is really nice. And that's what he just did there. So, let me find Yamato. Why can't I find? There she is. Alright, so this is the Yamato he just used. 9 cost, so he still has 1 Dawn open to use Queen's ability. And it's a 9 cost, 9,000 power character that has on play KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost that is equal to or less than the total life of you and your opponent. Then if you have 1 or less life, which he did, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to your life area. So, remember, it's you and your opponent's life. So even though he only had 1 life at the time, his opponent has 7 life. So he could have actually killed an 8 cost, or KO'd an 8 cost or less, right? And then he's going to gain a life from it. And he only has 2 cards in life and 2 in play, 2 cards in life, 2 in hand, and an 8 cost in play. So he just gained another life. So now the Queen player is at 3 life. He has a 9k on the board, an 8k on the board, and a 5k blocker. Just really, really good position here. And the Zoro truly has nothing currently. And is that another 9 cost Yamato in hand? Okay, so you see what's happening. Let me pause real quick. The Sanji, or excuse me, the Sanji. The Queen has 3 life, and the Zoro has 5 life. So that thing can KO an 8 or less when it comes into play. Now, it won't gain a life this time because he already has 3 life, but you get my point. That's very powerful in this situation. So, 2 Rad Beams, a Magra, a Diable Jambe, and a Sanji 2k counter. Not an ideal situation, I have to say. Not an ideal situation for the Zoro. I think you just literally turn your character sideways with as much Dawn on him as you can put. And maybe try to take out the Katakuri to force him to use his Sanji blocker. Which, by the way, I would not do. I would not use my Sanji. I would just let him take the Katakuri in this case. Okay. He's going face. Okay. And gets a Mihawk off the top. Yeah. So now I think you actually saved the Yamato in hand. And just go Mihawk here. Yeah, just it'll just throw the Sanji away, right? Sanji's going to go bottom of the deck, and then you establish a Mihawk, and then you can save the Yamato to gain life later. That's how I would do it personally, but again, there's not much this guy can even do wrong at this point, right? Okay, yeah, so that's what he did. Bottom deck's the Sanji. Has 1 open. Swing 8. Yeah, he's going to take every single one of these hits. Okay, is he going to swing again? He's considering whether or not he wants to give his opponent any life, I think. Which is a good call. You know, because that's where he's going to start drawing answers. Okay. He said, no, I just got to do it. And he gets a Zoro off the top. Let's see what happens here. And gets a Fire Fist. Now, Fire Fist is not great in this situation, but it can take out the Sanji. It can definitely take out the 1 blocker that the Queen player has. But at the same time, I don't know how he wins this game, like just period, at this point. Because he'll have to sit on some Radical Beams. Talking about the Zoro player. The Zoro player is in a lot of trouble here. He's going to have to sit on Radical Beams if he wants to make it 1 more round. Because I don't think there's any possible way he can win this round. He only has the Zoro Rusher and the Zoro Leader to swing, so that's only 2 life. Okay, so he's going to go searching. He's going to buggy search. Let's see what he gets. Top 5. Okay, let's see if they can zoom it. Oh, whoops, he whiffed. Unfortunate. Which, I don't know how many events the Zoro player is running, but you have to expect that you're going to whiff. You know, like when you have 1, 2, 3, 4 events in hand. He's gone through 2 events. So, I mean, he's gone, or at least 2 events, because remember, he did the Fire Fist, and he discarded another event with the Fire Fist. So, I don't know. Okay, so he's going to do the Fire Fist. Trash the Diable Jambe, yeah. Because it's going to take out the blocker anyway. Okay. And he has a pound. The Queen player has a pound in hand and Yamato. This has got to feel bad right now. This has got to feel pretty bad for the Zoro player. Okay, let's see what he does. I think if he attacks face here, the Queen player is going to take it. Yeah, and then you can just play your Yamato next turn, taking out the buggy. Or unless he wants to just go for game next turn. I'm not sure. Okay, he 2K's out. He does 2K counter out of it. So let's see what he does. Pay 3 more. Swing with Zoro. Okay, here we go. So he's fine either way. And he gets a Katakuri off top. Very nice. Excuse me. So the Queen, I think, can... 2 Dawn is active. Okay, he just eats up the Zoro. Go 8 at face. Yeah, he's in a dominant position here. I would take this if I'm the... Well, I guess... No, that's a good call, because it was only 8k. No, that was the good Radical. Now you can take the rest of the turn. Yeah, go ahead and take this one and take the queen, so you can draw some cards. Okay, what did he get? He got a Fire Fist. Or is that a Jet Pistol? It's either a Fire Fist or a Jet Pistol. I can't quite tell. And then he played the Yamato. Whoops, let me go back real quick. This was the original play I was talking about. Yamato to KO the Buggy and to gain a life. So there's pretty much no way. There's basically no way the Zoro can win. And the Queen player has, what, 3 9Ks and an 8K on the board. Yeah, so this game is basically over. Pretty sure. But I will say this, Queen has such a good... I like Queen's matchup against... He just passed. I think he's just... I think he knows the game's over. Because there's no way. Yeah, good game. Nice. Okay. So it'll say winner real quick. Cool. I like the way they set that up. So Queen is a very strong attrition style deck. It's probably a little bit better than... I don't know. It's hard to say. But I think it's a little bit better with attrition than black-yellow Charlotte Lin is. I could be wrong about that. It is hard to say. But just and who knows? In OP-04, black-yellow Charlotte Lin could get a little better. In fact, it almost definitely will, right? Because it'll get access to the same cards we just saw, like Yamato, Sanji, and things like that. But generally speaking, I do think it's something about the way blue-yellow Queen goes so big. Like black-yellow Charlotte Lin can definitely compete by dropping Charlotte Lin after Charlotte Lin after Charlotte Lin to negate a lot of what's going on for the blue-yellow Queen player. But I think it's going to be a very close... it'll be really close to see which deck's better. And that will kind of determine which one's played, right? Because they're both very similar in style. But me being a black-yellow Charlotte Lin player, playing all the black decks I can, I'm going to stick with that. But I still want to try out this Queen deck. Because it does just look fun. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, that's about it for that one, guys. Tell me what y'all thought about it. Are y'all looking forward to Queen? Do you think... Is Queen just a straight-up hard counter to Zoro? Or did the Zoro just not get a very good pull? Because, I mean, I don't know how this Zoro deck was made. It seemed very event-heavy, running buggies and whatnot. But was that a good pull for that style of the deck? Or was it just a really bad pull? Y'all tell me. I'm not sure. All right, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys. Peace.